Hey guys, Nathan here from JS Power Sports. Just want to go over a few things on break-in for your brand new ski. Now, there's an owner's manual for the older skis, 997s, and then there's a revised draft that Krash had started for the 2023s. It doesn't quite cover everything, and I can't speak for Krash, but I can speak for our personal knowledge here at JS Power Sports. The first year we ran these skis, we ran them with the oil injection. And this is a pair of 23s here. They both ran fine, but one did have a small leak on the bottom of where the pump mounts on the tank, so it would drip inside the hole. And the other one had a little bit of leakage past the pump that would get into the cylinders, and you'd start up, you'd have kind of a smoke show. So for year two, we decided to go ahead and do the oil injection bypass and eliminate all that issue. And once you remove all this stuff, the controller, the oil pump that's attached to the bottom of the tank, the DC regulator, you lose, and we had oil, of course, in the tank when we weighed it, but we lost 7 pounds. So that's pretty significant on a little watercraft, and if you buy a lithium-ion battery, a lot of times those are going to be about 1/10 of the weight, losing another 7-8 pounds there too. And that's awesome when you're trying to do tricks and so on to have a lighter ski. Now, one of the most important things on these 1200cc engines is the proper break-in oil in the tank. And in our opinion, doing this for 35 years, you need a mineral oil, much like you had in the past on all the skis. You need a mineral oil or you need a specific break-in oil. A lot of the engine manufacturers and remanufacturers like Small Black Technologies, better known as SBT, sell and also send an actual break-in oil with their new engines if you buy the premium engine. And that's important. These engines need to have a certain amount of wear in when you're breaking them in, so that everything seats and matches up correctly, and you don't get glazing on the cylinders and so on from running high synthetics and stuff that don't allow the engine to break in. They talk about 2 tanks of gas, and you're going to want to run 2 full tanks of gas with break-in oil through this engine to get it broke in properly. Stay off the gas. Be really nice with the thing. These engines have a 95 millimeter piston. And when you look this up from all manufacturers, you're going to find out that as far as we know to our knowledge and asking Wiseco, nobody makes a ring bigger than 95 millimeter. So you don't have the overbore sizes every 25 thousandths or half millimeter or whatever on these engines. So you want to take care of what you do have. So make sure proper break-in oil and is done for those first 2 tanks, and then after that you can run whatever synthetic you want. But get this proper break-in done first. Now we have a 70-70 rule at our shop. That means if the water's not 70 degrees, the air's not 70 degrees in combination or higher, we don't put them in the water. We don't try to break them in. Okay, these things have dual cooling water lines, so as you hit the gas or you start to go a little faster with the engine RPMs, it's also pumping in more cold water at the same time. You have to keep that in mind. So we like to do it when it's warm, and things work really well that way. So they want you to do intervals of 10 to 15 minutes, then let this engine cool down for 10 or 15 minutes, and then do it again. That gives all these metals time to heat and contract and so on. Then after the first night out or day out with this thing, let it cool off. The next morning you can come back and you can check your torque on these important cylinder and head bolts, and check everything. Make sure all the water lines are still tight, because after things heat up and contract, some things can change. You don't want a water line popping off, running water all over inside your hole trying to sink you. So it's your ski. Check it out. Make sure this is all stuff that's in the manual about looking over everything. These throttles, will they attach sometimes? This is just a hollow tube, so you can't really torque it down tight or anything, but sometimes they come loose too, so you want to look for that. And then check your fuse box, make sure that it's on there tight. You've got that extra zip tie on there holding it together, and then just look over everything. Make sure you get all the moisture out of here. Pop the hood open or take it completely off like we do when you're storing this thing, so everything has a chance to dry out. We leave our handle pole up so the spring doesn't get fatigued while it's crushed down all the time. So any little thing extra you can do is just going to save you money in the long run. And we suggest that you watch our other videos on care and maintenance and so on. They'll help you out with a lot of information as well. If you're riding in salt water, make sure you use your flush kit plugged in here. Of course, the engine has to be running the entire time that water's running through this. And then, of course, run the engine a few seconds afterwards and blip the throttle a couple times to blow out any excess water in here. These engines have to be winterized because they store water clear down inside the case on both sides all the way back. You can see our video on that on our winterization page. Another thing that we do is we come in here and we periodically relube all these cables, and that stuff will spray out the other end of the cable. Motion Pro makes a really great cable luber. Of course, it's available on our website. We'll come back here and we will grease our pivot bolts on the pump as well right here. There's one on top, one on the bottom, and then there's two on the sides, one here and on the opposite side as well. We'll also spray in on the steering cable there and a little bit of the trim cable here that you can't get lubed from just doing the cable because it will spit out right here and stop. But all these things will help make your ski last longer if you take the time to do a little care and maintenance on them. Now, we've taken a lot of time to shoot a lot of videos and put up a lot of tech information on our website for everybody because the end goal is to have everyone with knowledge and out riding your ski, having a blast, inviting friends to go, things like that. So we have a jet ski community that works again, and we're doing our best to do it. If you like what we do, please hit like, consider subscribing, and if you've had a great experience with us, you want to take things a step further, jump on Google, leave us a 5-star review. We appreciate the people that do, and we do remember who you are. But yeah, hopefully you guys get some information out of here that you appreciate, and we appreciate your business, and we hope that you value, all the time we've taken to do everything that we've done. So hope to see you on the water having a blast.